Hey y'all, reporting in on my journey to motherhood 2023. Tonight I'm actually going to share with you the Yoni cleanse that I just finished up today with day 9. Oh my gosh. So I got this Yoni detox pearls from Dr. Bella, Healing the Divine Feminine Within. And this is a 9-day cleanse. Now I've done, in the past, I've done this, which is pretty popular, which is the Goddess Detox. But this one, Goddess Detox, is much shorter. So this is the Yoni pearls that you insert. And then every 3 days, you do a new pearl. And in between that, when you take out the old pearl, you do a yin-care herbal wash. And then for showering, you can do the Yoni Care Divine, Yoni Divine, like wash that's like a daily wash once a day. You use this once a day and then whatever your other daily wash is to keep your pH levels going good. So, needless to say, yeah, there's definitely some shedding and things that come out that you're just like, what in the what? And initially it's like, okay, is this supposed to be happening? But she did warn me that, yes, you'll see some things that, and it's just a natural part of the cleanse. Because as women, we just have things that are just, not things, but we just have build up from our menstrual cycles to yeast to bacteria to whatever, so it just pulls it all down. So, anywho's, I'm sure there'll probably be more purging that will happen along the way over the next couple of days. So, just want to kind of give you where we are with that. Now, I don't know what all it cleans out, and I mean, prayerfully, it pulls out whatever's in my fallopian tube. That's what I'm hoping. But nonetheless, any cleansing helps, right? So I did say that I was going to come back in my last video with some of the books that I have read and continue to read. This is one that's the Infertility Cure, and it's the Ancient Chinese Wellness Program for Getting Pregnant and Having Healthy Babies. And by the way, those products that I just shared, those herbal products, those are, they have ancient Chinese herbal ingredients in them. This book, which I'm just starting, I've had it for a while, but I hadn't really started. This is the Happy Hormones Guide. And it really goes into detail about, and there's 2 parts. It's broken up into 2 parts. The first part is rediscovering your body, and it goes through the endocrine system, toxins and detoxification, birth control, plant-based nutrition, and supplements and healing herbs. And then part 2 goes through the actual happy hormone method, and it's lifestyle action steps. Get ready to cycle, the 4 phases of your cycle, and basically like what to eat during those 4 phases. So the first phase, menstrual phase; second phase, follicular phase; phase 3, ovulatory phase; and then phase 4, the luteal phase. So, and what do you eat? Plant-based, of course, during those phases. And then the last book that is Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. And this one is a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit. And I'm actually taking her, signed up for her retreat. It's happening in March. I'm going to do it virtually. Would love to go to Atlanta, but it's just too much going on. So I'm going to do it virtually. But in the meantime, she has these Zoom meetings a couple times a week. She goes live on Instagram. She has Womb Care Wednesdays. So lots to learn. But again, most of these practices still come back to similar baselines. She does Yoni, practice with Yoni steams, yoga, any type of movement. So exercise, diet, her, information, also plant-based diet. So this week, I think I did pretty good. I had my green juice every day that I made earlier in the week. I made lentil soup for the first time, so that's where I got my protein this week. I made some plantain, cashew, and oats porridge as well. And I did eat out twice, but I did go to Planta, which is a vegan plant-based spot, and had an actual real um, vegetarian, actual plant-based burger, not the Beyond, not the Impossible, but actual black beans, quinoa, mushrooms, real vegetables in this burger. It was so good, y'all. And then I went to the other place I ate out was at this Kachina's uh, Pizza by Design, and so I had a veggie pizza with vegan cheese and cauliflower crust. So it's gluten free. It was decent, but the cauliflower crust is definitely an acquired taste and texture. But it was still pretty good. But I did go to a chamber luncheon, and the option I had there was a piece of grilled chicken. So that was the only meat that I had this week, was a little piece of grilled chicken. So this coming week, same thing. Not going to, do my best not to have any meat this week as well. So it's getting back into that method. I did it one time for, like a year, was meat free. And then I changed to pescatarian after that, which is just adding fish and some seafood and eggs. So this time we're, really getting to plant-based. My goal is through this process and just as a lifestyle change to be at least 80-90%, if not 100%, plant-based. So it's a work in progress. I just want to give that update. How am I feeling? Thank you for everyone who called, text, commented, inboxed me. I got to talk to some people this week, and a lot was placed on my heart. So my heart's a little heavy, so to speak. Lots of things to think about just from this whole process to the singleness of the process, but also to the entire potential lifestyle change when said child is manifested. What does that mean? What does that look like? Time and just time and availability, and how will my life shift, right? And how will I adjust? And really making sure this is really, really, truly what I want 100%, right? So lots to still think about and pray on, because anybody who knows me knows that I live a pretty full life, and I'm always on the move, always got something going on. And so this is definitely a different shift, and then especially, trying to do it alone. This is a lot. It's a lot to really think about. So please keep me in your prayers. Keep me uplifted. And I'm going to continue to pray for guidance and clarity as I move through this journey every single day. And it's one day at a time. And it's definitely all about what's in God's plan, what's in God's will. And I have to keep reminding myself that at the end of the day, I can do as much as I want to. I can prepare and plan and take as many herbs and exercise and lose a bunch of weight. I can do a whole ton of things, but it still has to be in God's plan. It still has to be in His divine order for this to happen. And so I just have to keep reminding myself that I play a role, and I can, put it out in the universe, but it still has to be a part of God's plan. So I continue to pray that God orders my steps, that He grants me, or she grants me clarity and wisdom, and protects me along this journey. So I'll check back in with you all soon.